My family kicked me out for buying a $900 junk house instead of paying for my sister's retreat. Mom scoffed, then live like junk, and said I'd shamed them. Now they want in. Hello, my name is Danny, and the day I bought a $900 junk house, I thought I was making the smartest move of my life. Turns out my family thought I was throwing my life and their reputation straight into the trash. I grew up in a household where everything was about image. My mom, Cheryl, was the queen of curated perfection. Her hair was never out of place. Her social media feed looked like it belonged to a home decor influencer, and she cared more about what the neighbors thought than how her own daughters felt. My dad, Thomas, wasn't as image-obsessed, but he followed Mom's lead. He worked long hours, kept quiet, and believed in maintaining family order, which basically meant never questioning her. Then there was my sister, Brooke, 2 years younger than me, always sparkly, always adored, from the time we were kids. Brooke got the best of everything: birthday parties at expensive venues, personalized shopping trips, summer retreats in Costa Rica. Meanwhile, I got character-building experiences like hand-me-downs, part-time jobs by age 15, and lectures about being practical. But it was fine. I didn't want sparkles. I wanted freedom. By the time I was 25, I had 2 degrees, a remote job as a graphic designer, and a side hustle repairing thrifted furniture and selling it online. I lived frugally, skipped expensive haircuts and streaming subscriptions, and saved like crazy, and it finally paid off in a very weird, very specific way. One day, I came across a listing that didn't even have proper photos, just a blurry thumbnail of a rundown shack with a listing price of $900. Yes, $900. It was outside a small town 2 hours away from where my family lived. The property had been abandoned for years. The place had holes in the roof, the plumbing barely existed, and there were probably raccoons living in the attic. But I saw the potential. It had a decent-sized yard, sturdy bones under the decay, and the zoning rights were intact. I called the county office, verified the title status, and did a walkthrough with gloves, boots, and a flashlight. Was it glamorous? No, but it was mine for less than the cost of one of Brooke's spa retreats. I used a chunk of my savings to buy it in full. I was proud, ridiculously proud. I posted a modest photo online of me, standing in front of the cracked front door, smiling like a goofball with the caption, "My very own junk house, time to build something from the dirt up." Within hours, Brooke had texted me, "Wait, what is this? You bought a dump?" Followed by my mother's call, "Tell me this is a joke. Danny, you're seriously going to live in that?" I calmly explained my plan: fix it up over the next 2 years, document the journey, and eventually turn it into a cozy tiny home, or Airbnb. That's when the bomb dropped. My mom said, "So you're telling me you spent all your savings on this garbage, instead of helping your sister with her women's healing retreat in Sedona?" "What retreat?" I asked. Apparently, Brooke was spiritually exhausted and had planned to attend a 3-month desert retreat that cost nearly $6,000. My parents assumed I would pitch in. Brooke had already counted on my help. "I didn't agree to that," I said. Stunned, my mom's tone turned icy. "So you chose trash over family, got it." Then came the words that would burn into my memory. "Then live like junk, Danny. If that's the life you picked, don't come back here expecting support. You've shamed this family enough." I thought she was just angry. But the next day, my key fob to their house stopped working. My dad sent a brief message: "Your mother needs space. Maybe it's best you stay away for a while." No calls, no invites, not even a happy birthday the month after. They cut me off completely. All because I refused to fund Brooke's retreat and decided to build something for myself instead of performing for their approval. It hurt, of course it hurt. I cried in that junk house more times than I'll ever admit. I pulled out drywall with swollen eyes and hammered nails through heartbreak. But brick by brick, I turned that place into something livable. Over time, my blog grew. I started posting transformation photos, before and afters, and stories about what it was like to be estranged from your family while building a home with your own 2 hands. People loved it. I got messages from strangers saying things like, "You're inspiring me to do the same." My family didn't believe in me either. "I needed this. Keep going, Danny. You're building more than a house." My TikToks started going viral. Brands started reaching out for partnerships. And by the time winter rolled around, I had a fully renovated living room, a working kitchen, and over 120,000 followers online. I was doing just fine, better than fine. And that's when the emails from Mom started coming in again. Not to apologize, not to check in, but to ask for help. It started with, your sister's moving back in with us and needs space. The house is feeling cramped. Then, we were thinking, maybe it would be better for everyone if we stayed with you for a few weeks while Brooke transitions out. And finally, a bold one from Brooke herself. Your little shack's looking kind of cute now. Do you have a guest room, or just that couch? I didn't respond. Not yet. Because what they didn't know was that I had saved every message, every post, every dismissive word they said. And now I had something else. A guest application form I designed myself, titled, Welcome to the Junk House, for guests who once called it garbage. And soon, they were going to see exactly what living like junk really looked like, from the outside looking in. The irony wasn't lost on me. The same house my mother called a rat nest with a leaky soul was now the backdrop to every compliment she tried to send my way. And suddenly, my family, the ones who mocked me, shut me out, and made me feel like my ambition was a form of betrayal wanted in. But I wasn't ready to let the gates open. Not yet, not when I'd rebuilt myself brick by brick, with calloused hands and a heart still healing. The emails came first. Your sister's retreat ended early. She's having a hard time adjusting back. Can she stay with you for a few weeks? Followed by, we were all a bit harsh, but we see now how well you've done. We're proud of you, Danny, proud. That word had never meant less. It wasn't just the house that changed over the months. I did too, after my post went viral. I was interviewed by a local podcast. The host, a kind woman named Ava, invited me to share the real story behind the junk house girl. I was hesitant at first, but I spoke honestly about being the practical daughter, the second priority, the invisible sibling. I shared what it meant to buy something no one else believed in and make it beautiful, and what it felt like to be disowned over it. That podcast got shared over 40,000 times. A writer from a mid-tier home living magazine emailed me, asking to do a photo spread on tiny homes and big rebellions. I said yes. And when I opened the printed issue and saw a full-page image of me standing barefoot in my doorway, with Murphy, the cat curled on the windowsill behind me, I cried, not because I was proud, but because that was the first time I'd seen myself through someone else's lens, and actually liked what I saw. Brooke didn't take my silence well. She began messaging me at random hours, sometimes flirty and casual. Lol, your kitchen looks kinda cute now. I'm obsessed. Sometimes guilt-tripping. It's wild how cold you've gotten. Danny, I thought you were better than this. And once, fully emotional. I'm not even mad about the money anymore. I just miss you. I miss having a sister. She didn't miss me. She missed the sister who paid quietly, who apologized first, who let her tantrums win. My mom's tone also began shifting. Less defensive, more manipulative. We didn't mean to push you away. You were just so intense about that house. And we were worried. When they revoked my access to the family home, when my dad deleted me from the shared family calendar, when I spent Christmas eating instant ramen under a flickering lamp, because I couldn't afford to fix the wiring until January. That's not worry, that's punishment dressed as concern. And now that my life looked cozy and stylish on Instagram, they wanted to rebrand themselves as supportive. No, what really made me pause, though, was the invitation I received in April. An organization that helped women transition out of financial abuse or toxic families reached out to me after seeing my blog. They asked if I would speak at their spring event. Just tell your story, the coordinator said. You're what so many of them need to hear. So I did. I stood in front of a crowd of 300 women, some holding toddlers, others holding back tears, and I told them the truth. That I once believed my worth was measured by how quietly I could carry everyone else's expectations. That I bought a house with broken windows and no working toilet, and it gave me more peace than the polished silence of my childhood home. That building walls doesn't mean you're shutting people out. Sometimes, it means you're protecting the most sacred part of yourself. I got a standing ovation. That night, someone posted a video of my talk. It hit 1.2 million views in 3 days. And guess who saw it? My mother called me crying. Your speech, it was beautiful. But Danny, did you really think we never loved you? I didn't answer right away. Because what does love mean when it comes with conditions? When it's offered only after success? When it vanishes the second you stop being useful? So I said, I think you love the version of me who didn't take up space. And then I hung up. Weeks passed. I kept working, kept renovating. I installed a skylight in the bathroom by myself, repurposed the old porch into a sunroom with salvaged wood, painted a mural on the back fence with local kids who passed by on their bikes. I was living fully, fiercely. And still, the requests came in. Brooke wanted to collaborate. A video series titled Sisters Reunited for her social media comeback. My mom asked if the family could host a brunch at my house for some close friends, to show how proud we are of our girl. Even my dad, who had stayed mostly quiet throughout, sent me a long, meandering message about missing when we all ate dinner together. But I wasn't hungry anymore for scraps. I had a full life now, a real one. So I made my final move. I created a private link, a virtual tour of the junk house. Every room, every corner I restored. Every tiny shelf I built by hand. And at the end of the video, I sat on my porch swing, looked straight into the camera, and said, "This house isn't just mine because I bought it. It's mine because I was the only one who believed in it. Just like I had to believe in myself when no one else would." I sent it to my parents, my sister, and every family member who once called me foolish. And I didn't wait for a reply, because I wasn't doing it for them. I was doing it for me. And for every woman who was told that junk was all she was ever going to have. Turns out, junk shines when you give it a chance. And so do the women who rise from it.